What's up, people? Welcome to the stream. We are here. We are here to save the day, to save Eorzea, to continue the path of Eorzea. And, of course, it's Halloween. So, you know what that means. Scary, spooky nonsense. Yeah. And then we can go like this. Hello, welcome, welcome. Just messing around with some emotes while we're here. But, yeah. We're here with the good sir down there. I have decided to allow him to not be completely embarrassed by his massive titles while people are farting in my stream. Yeah, I fixed that, yeah. It's not as loud as it was, though, so that's something I have to fix, but, you know. No, I mean, like, on my end, because, like, I have, yeah, it's not super loud on my end, so I have to find out why. Because, like, beforehand, they were kind of loud, which was the point. Like, they were supposed to be kind of, like, startling and stuff, because some of them are, some of the ones in there, you know, like the jump scare ones and stuff like that. So I do need to figure out why, but it's neither here nor there at the moment. Maybe if I increase this a little bit. Do another, like, fart sound or something. Whoever, doesn't matter. That was a little louder. One more time. I found the issue. Do another one? Yeah, it doesn't matter which one. That's the problem. Okay, so for some reason, my sound alerts are coming through my game audio instead of my media audio. And so I have my game volume in my headset set to a certain level so I'm not going deaf. So it's come through game audio instead of media. If it was coming through media, I could have it set a specific way to where it's louder, but it's only coming through there instead of here, and that's kind of a bummer. So they're not going to be very loud on my end. So as far as, like, jump scaring me with them, it's going to be really hard because I don't want to go deaf from the game audio. If I go like, yeah. That's sad. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, but I can. Oh, but see, that's gonna do the same thing. Alright. It's to be something I just mess with later on, I guess.
Rawr.
That was excessively loud because I was fucking with my audio. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to fuck with it later. I don't have the time for it right now. But yeah. Okay. We don't got time for that. We're gonna fuck with that later, guys. But yeah, so we're here to save the thing. And so now we are continuing the story of Heaven's Word. So as y'all may or may not remember, we are currently on to the wiki. Hold on. I forgot to open the wiki. I'm ill-prepared. I'm sorry. Fuck it. I'm done. Goodbye. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend, he says. Way too far, he says. What's our quest called? Mine? An uncertain future. So we're barely just starting 3.1. So we don't even have a thing. A dungeon for till 3.2. Oh, the anti-tower. There's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of that. See, y'all gotta cue the Animal Crossing sound when you see my character like explaining things that he's supposed to be explaining and stuff. But since he's not voiceovered, you know, that's when you cue the Animal Crossing sound. So I don't have to do it anymore. But yeah, the anti-tower, gross. If you're afraid of wax doll figures, don't watch this dungeon. Oh Lord, no. Welcome to hell. Glad you made it. Welcome, Master Thighs. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes, you shall. Gross. Uh-huh. They took it too far. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want to find out. I think it's only a PC thing, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure it is only a PC thing. There's like a mod or whatever that shows your DPS percentage and your healing percentage and stuff per dungeon and raid. I want to get that, just for kicks. Like it's not necessarily important or anything. I just want to get it just to see. But PC only, unfortunately. It is. It is. It absolutely is. They've what are they? They've stated they don't want mods that are messing with the actual coding of the game. So like outfits, hairstyles, no, like visual wise, like stuff like that, you know, or stuff that can be considered cheating, quote unquote. Something that shows your DPS, that just helps you be better. You're like, damn, my DPS is lower. How can I adjust my rotation? They don't care about that because that's literally they designed something for that called Stone Sky C, which lets you go in and fight a training dummy that simulates the raid that you're going into or the extreme trial you're going into, and it tells you like you need to kill this dummy in it's like 60 seconds or something like that. You have to kill the dummy in 60 seconds. If you don't, that means you're not doing enough DPS output for such and such raid. So, but that's the gist of it. Exactly. And so people love Stone Sky C because it, like, I've had people tell me, like, you need to go try Stone Sky C before you come into this raid. And it doesn't give you the numbers. Absolutely, it doesn't. But it gives you a gist. It's like, okay, you're not fast enough. You need to adjust your rotation. You need to adjust your gear, something to fix yourself. Whereas the mod, it just tells you, okay, my DPS output is XYZ per second or whatever, you know. So that would, and like I said, that would be cool to have, just to have. I don't think it would be something like super good that I have to have and have to use. And I'm not a raider. I don't do any of that. I mean I do, but I don't like hardcore main it, you know. I still haven't even done the new 24-mans. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to try them because Agalia was not bad. Or I don't know how you pronounce it. I right, and it was a really pretty place. The gear was very pretty. I like the gear that comes out of it and stuff. And the general story of it's kind of nice too because it's all about the 12. So I enjoyed it a little bit. It was the first like 24-man I've actually enjoyed. In my, like, for me anyway, because I've played all the 24-mans. I don't think I ever finished the near raids. I don't think I ever finished those. I think I still... Right, and it wasn't because I didn't like the story or didn't like the gameplay of them. I just never went back to it. It just... Not a lot of people liked it, so it was hard to get in. Even when they were still new, like, I was waiting for 20 minutes to get in as a DPS. So people just weren't fond of it. It wasn't the gameplay that they weren't fond of, I guess. It was, like, just the general way the raids were designed, I guess. They didn't like it. Um, but this new set I really have enjoyed. So I do want to eventually get to it again and redo it at some point. Right now I'm focused on trying to get my all my stuff from uh, Pandemonium. I'm trying to get all that stuff done. I only need 2 more weapons, I think, to get my Reaper Scythe. If I don't get the Reaper Scythe, I'll probably get a Sage weapon because my Sage weapon is really low item level wise, so he does need a little bit of a boost. But because I'm doing my Reaper Manderville weapon, so it doesn't make sense for me to grab that Avatar Scythe. The Avatar Scythe is really nice. Don't get me wrong, I really like it. Especially for the aesthetic that I'm doing with it. It looks really good. But it doesn't make sense for me to waste the 4 weeks on the Reaper Scythe when I'm already doing the Manderville weapon for it. So I might as well I'm thinking about just doing the Sage weapon. They're not very special looking or anything, but they're better item level wise. Because my Sage's item level for the weapon anyway is not that great. I need to up it a little bit. But anyway, we've been sitting on this screen for a minute chit-chatting, so let me go ahead and see what Alphanad has to say about our uncertain future is our quest. So let's go. Fortuitous timing as always, PK Thunder. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamin? Is that his name? Flamin? I don't know. Flamin helped... Is it Flamin? Okay. Flamin helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Lominsa, only to then disappear. Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Razadhan. Hey! Dude, we heard about Razadhan this early? Are you serious? Wow. Well, just because, like, we didn't go there until Endwalker. Like, anyway. Bound for, right? Bound for Razadhan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. And as for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Riol thinks they may have disposed of them after escaping the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped on by arbitrators. We're all but certain that they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Baldessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet the scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Aymeric has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, PK Thunder, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? Me and my menacing self? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know? Somebody just put something called a Demon Slicer in the novice chat. It's level 80, item level 430. Tryon, it's a Reaper weapon. Oh, this is the OG what do you call it? Weapon for Reaper. The it's the weapon you get like at level. Yeah, it's not the relic weapon. It's a tome weapon. There you go, tome weapon for level 80. Oh, you cut out. I didn't hear you. Mostly, I am. Oh god, look at how menacing I am with the fucking Reaper side. Look at this shit. I think we know our new class, guys. I think we know what's gonna happen with PK Thunder Thighs at some point. He's just gonna be a complete menace. I mean, he could be. That'd be menacing as well. I got laser beams with a pumpkin head on. Moving on. Anyway, where are we going? Pew pew, motherfucker. Right. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed. Pray proceed, sir. Be voiceover. Be voiceover. Be voiceover.
Thank you for
Your mom's a
coming.
whore.
I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
I mean, fair enough. I did show up on a
Mayhap
dragon.
I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
I just realized something too. Next weekend is gonna be loaded for me. My phone just got a ping saying that I received like a really big charge on one of my cards. I was like, what the fuck? And I looked at it and it said it's from PlayStation Direct. And I was like, PlayStation Direct? So I opened it up and it shows the receipt and everything. And it's for Spider-Man 2, my collector's edition. I was like, oh my god, it's on its way. And then at the same time, I was like, wait, but next week is FanFest. No! So it's gonna be a heavy weekend. I gotta do FanFest. I gotta do. Well, the keynote is only like an hour long, and that's at like 4 a.m. So the keynote at 4 a.m. and then Spider-Man 2. I'm stoked for Spider-Man 2. I really enjoyed the first Spider-Man game. I didn't play through all the DLC of the first Spider-Man game, but I played through some of it. And then I played through the entirety of Miles Morales. That game was really fun. And then I'm expecting this one to be just as good because you can swap seamlessly between the two. So I'm expecting this to be awesome. Especially fucking Venom. Oh, Venom. I wonder if they're going to do a DLC with Carnage. That'd be great. I can't!
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
That explains why you went to Telfeather.
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow?
I'm in a cutscene, hold on.
A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war, nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Okay. Now I show you said image. Oh, the person that's passed out on the ground? Are they dead or are they playing dead? Okay. Oh, there's been a murder. I've brought you murder. Judas, no. Anyway, I know little of the lands of these dragons call home. This Annex Trine, had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem far more daunting prospect. I confess I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Peak Thunder and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, PK Thunder. What? We got link pearls for that. Ring ring, hey girl, I'm going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. So what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. Cue the Animal Crossing. I was explaining to Tataru what was going on. A diplomatic mission to any shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guests. Don't worry. Don't get me wrong. Your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be. Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola. But if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us off, PK Thunder. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. We don't meet Alize till Stormblood, huh? I think. Yeah, I think it's Stormblood, because she's a red mage. So. You are ready then. Good, so am I. Oh, I gotta pick a food? I gotta pick a food group? No, don't talk to... Talk to Alpha now, not Lucia. There you go. The path is long, but known to us. From Falca's Nest, we shall cross Western Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Javanian Fordlands. There we can stop and rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Wait, slide on. He can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Giselle to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of the innocents on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause at our side. She fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alfinode, yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Shrine, if you will follow me. I'm gonna just teleport there. I keep forgetting you can actually teleport to Annex Shrine. And about to fly all the way across this place. Not if I don't have to. Oh, they're above us. Move it off now. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Giselle. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, Knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoskr, shattering the peace between our people. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal the truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Ysel. Alas, the deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Ysel once said, and we must make that dream a reality as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, Knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold ever as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years of war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Fear not, Knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I shall bear your words to the Lord forthwith until we meet again. Acting like Lucia is not going to be living for very long. Don't worry, you'll hear my answer before you die. Let me guess back to Ishgard. Oh, talk to Alfnaud first. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Sharlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than the 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphinaud. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. Ping. So it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Tancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with the Stola in Idleshire. Idleshire, I can never remember how it's actually pronounced. I think it's Idleshire, but I don't know. That reminds me, I haven't done anything in the Wondrous Trials. That's actually a lie. I've done 3 things in the Wondrous Trial by accident. I need to still do a level 50 dungeon, Bowl of Embers Extreme, World of Darkness, Weeping City of Mach, Burden of the Father, Alexander, Treasure Dungeons, Minstrel's Battle, Ultima's Bane, Shiva Extreme, Moogle Extreme, Bismarck Extreme, Binding Coil Turn 1, Second Coil Turn 3, and Frontline. So, but I only need to actually do 6 of these. With some repeats, of course. But neither here nor there. Istola. Ah, PK Thunder, 'tis good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as can be expected, she must discuss her Amherst proposal with Race Valger, of course, but she seems amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlene guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge when we should be on our way. Another time, another place. That's what we're doing right now. So there was 44 missions, 44 quests before the end of Heavensward, like the official end of Heavensward, and starting Stormblood. We've completed 2, so at least it's 42. Once we finish this one, we'll have 41 left. So we're making progress. We're almost done with Heavensward, guys. 3.0 is almost over. Say that again? Oh my god, it was a disaster. Here she comes, running up on us. And
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
I love Kryl. She's awesome. Supposedly, she's gonna be a main character, basically, in Dawntrail. So a lot of people are assuming that she's getting the new caster class, and that's what a lot of people are assuming, because she's supposed to take like the forefront of Dawntrail, because of how Endwalker is proceeding. She's the one that finds the letter with the earring in it and all that kind of stuff. So everybody's assuming she's gonna get the caster class, and then our Warrior of Light is gonna be the one that has the in the trailer anyway. He's gonna show off the other new class. So it's leaning heavily towards Green Mage and Corsair though, because we'll get into that another time. I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept y'all waiting. Oh, she already said that. I forgot to voice over.
Apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryl, who has recently come from the Charlotte Land. She has generously offered to assist you.
Thank you.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue.
Say that again? Oh, gross.
You must be the Warrior of Light.
You must be the Warrior of Light, pumpkin face.
A pleasure to meet you at last.
You certainly look the part of a Warrior of Light, because I have a pumpkin head.
And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
She's accusing him of having lifts in his boots.
We, Miss Kryl and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryl.
He's about to panic.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best you explain your plan to her in person.
To Matoya. Fortunately, we can't teleport there. We gotta, so we'll have to just fly. And she's quite a ways out, so like quite a ways out. She's literally on the other side of this fucking bitch. Yeah. I am thoroughly excited though, for all things considered. I'm just happy that we're getting another caster class. I'm a caster main. Will always be a caster main. Hell, even if it's a even though it's like a even if it was a healer class, I would still be fine with it because it's still a caster. So. Excuse me. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? I've heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured, they are all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Why is my audio coming in all distorted on my end? Hold on. Let's try and adjust it again, see if that fixes it at all. Yeah, that's better. Okay. There was a delay, so I adjusted it again, and then after I adjusted it, it came in with a distortion, so I had to adjust it one more time.
Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Cryle, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Oh, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Cryle, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So,
Well, the poor sod's not gonna find himself.
or take it out of my sight. You may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Back to Tailfeather. Again. have the holder. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7 before we get our next dungeon. Including the one that we're on, obviously. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of an unknown allegiance. Yet, even had Dankred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Cryle, I have prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. You drew him from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into 2 pairs. Yustola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments while PK Thunder and Cryle question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Ostvath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, he's like, I don't remember why I learned how to draw, and she's like, yeah, it was to impress the chicks. Anyway, we did best get started. Find me when you finish making your rounds. That's funny. Cryle's just throwing him under the bus for everything. Huh? What'd you say? Right. Searching for a friend of yours. Let's have a look then. Show him the sketch. No, ain't seen around, sorry. Sprintage. What's that you got there, a sketch? Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior? I heard a tale the other day about a Hurrian vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself and with style. While they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of a bleeding ball. Sounds like your man. I just realized I don't have any minions following me. I don't have any minions. Oh, I put it away because I don't really have any like Halloween styled ones. My main character does. He's got a little pumpkin headed butler that follows them around right now. Let's see. That's who's always following me around. I guess I could do Beady Eye. That'd probably be the closest one that I have right now is the Beady Eye. We'll do that. We'll do Beady Eye. A Hurrian man, we're not exactly rare, you know? It could be more specific. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. An axe? Huh. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found. Okay. I was like, why did I just gain like almost 10k XP? Because I discovered a new location. I flew over a mountain to get to where I was going. It's like, you discovered a new location. No, don't talk to Cryo. Wait. Here we go. Waiting at location. On Alphina. Must uncover all the things about Alphina. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Hurrian hunter with whom no one is familiar, though none chance to see the man's face. His height and build match Thanker's description, as does his fighting prowess. Alright, so there's two, actually there's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, Halloween style minions on the Final Fantasy store. One is a beady eye wearing a witch hat. Two of them are little ghosts. One's called Little Yin and the other one's called Little Yang. And then the pumpkin butler. I'm probably gonna just do the pumpkin butler because he'll match me, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I want a more Halloween style one, so that's what we're gonna do. Ugh, gotta do my button press. Hold on. 82, 59, 26. Shh. So. Shh. We don't talk about it. Yeah, but that money was set aside, so it was set aside like months ago when I first pre-ordered it. So that was prepared for. Alright. Back to this. So you've heard the same tales, but be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seems a rather curious description for one of his kind. You're implying that Thancred sent a Vath to the market in his stead. Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the live stream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Up and I was like, hey, you were hot. I've seen you naked. Never gonna forget that one. She's like, is it now? He freaks out. He's like, well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a statement of fact. It stands to reason that Tancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he is dealing with the Vat, they should be able to tell us, no? Hey, I wouldn't forget seeing you stolen naked. Because she's hot. Quite right, Cryo, quite right. Alpha now. Now we speak with Alpha now. A little slow, a little late. Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Tancred could be waiting for us in Lost Astvath. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Okay, well, how are you supposed to do it? Oh, ain't that some bullshit? Okay, hold on. There we go. I found a lookout point, but it doesn't let you dismount on it. So I had to dismount on the one below it, and I was like, oh man, they're gonna make me jump for it. Click, click. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Loth. Loth asked Vath, what do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we were told you may have had a certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and presume mortal prey. No, no, he is not prey, but a friend long missing. Good, good. He is a friend to the Vath as well, one of whom we have traded many times. Truly, and you are quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed and skins came to us from Som All. Lost and weak, he offered meat and hides in trade. In exchange, we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was, much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Loth Nath, not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Ravana is returned. Vidofnir did say the Nath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. You sense a hostile presence. Do I now? I bet back in the day that fight took a lot longer. Almost 66, so yeah. True. Right.
Who else could be? Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
Voiceover. Not Thancred. The Warriors of Darkness, it seems. The Pumpkin Butler. Figured he might as well match me, you know? Ah, could've. Yeah.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not! So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Boom, he still just got rocked. Big old fireball. That 5-3 right there. And there he is. Hi, Tancred. he's got his little chin hair. And now he has officially embraced the ninja class, or the rogue class, I guess. I love how the rogue class's blades are like massive. They're basically swords. Facts. He's a dancer.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt, but so be it.
Probs.
Mark well our faces, warrior of light.
The what?
For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different
Oh,
path.
yeah.
And we shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness. Really?
Really?
Tancred, are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. But
Speaking of gunbreakers, I got a bunny gunbreaker over here. It's a female. At least it looked like one. I mean, you can never tell these days.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Tancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would imagine
shows him naked.
in the altogether. Eventually, I managed
It
to
shows like a
catch
little
eyes from
squirrel.
some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides.
Every time like it shows his body, it just shows like some squirrel with a like a kupo nut fucking covering his bits.
Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Right.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more?
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis a...
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
So keep in mind,
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with
Hold on.
Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
keep in mind that the Warriors of Darkness are important in like 2 expansions.
A few moments later.
A few moments later, you son of a bitch. Now, before we continue on, I need to bio real fast. So BRBs, everybody, BR to the Bs. We have returned. Alright. Whoops. Just about on my board this one, and then we're gonna just make sure that we are good. Apparently Metal Shadow was the one that freaked out. Blessed with the blessed with the power of the Echo to drive, and driven to put down Primals despite his declaration that they walk a different path. I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found PK Thunder. Out of the memories, it seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that that band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge, which would imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Americ's invitation. Since you seem to have affairs well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of a colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance in the search for Menphilia. Wait, Menphilia's missing. I thought she escaped with PK Thunder. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. We're getting the band back together. Is there a Moogle around here somewhere that I can talk to? Like for mail purposes? Over in Tailfeather. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Tailfeather. I've got mail. Alright. I'm working on it. Boom, boom, boom. And there he is! There he is! In his glory! Anyway, moving on. He died. Right? All I need to do is go put my butler outfit on and I'll be fine. Yes, but it's not very Halloween, so I'm gonna keep what I have on for now, because it's like a Frankenstein outfit. It's all patchwork together and shit. I mean, but I typically always wear butler outfit, so. The monk attire, I know. I had not thought to see you again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who has been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another, revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebrations. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years I have mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream. Yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought for justice. She sinned for redemption. She sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe. Such is the folly and glory of man and dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Americ's invitation. Yeah, that was like a really long-winded way of explaining that, but we still don't know if it's a yes or a no. Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer and will convey our words to our allies without delay. It is happening, Isel. Would that you were here to see it. It is raining in Ishgard now. Oh, Sir Aymeric, hello.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another. honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming
Ooh,
beneficent.
knife in the side.
Honorable men, who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable
He caught him.
men,
It's okay.
whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Here's what I think is dumb. He's wearing all this armor, yet that little bitty knife was enough to put him down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, itty bitty living space, itty bitty stabbing space. I gotta go to. It says in the foundation. Oh, I guess he's right over there. Okay. It just said speak with Alpha on the foundation, but it didn't say like specifically where in foundation. So, right. Let us not keep Sir Aymeric waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes. Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You give me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Devonians and our friends nowhere to be found. 'Twould seem there is no end to our troubles. We can but face them head on, one at a time. For now we must apply ourselves to the allotted task and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time we will find Ida and Populimo and Menphilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I do not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. Speak to Lucia. Level 90 paladin running right next to me. 'Tis a good day to die, multi-soul, the diamondbar.card.co. Don't know what that means, but alright. You have returned, and this at least the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Aymric's invitation. She has? These are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What happened? Will he live? The Churigans tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmont and Lord Aratal not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for every one we put out, it seems two more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Brum. 'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let us be about it. We're starting the quest against the dying of the light. Ooh, this gives me level 240 gear that I can't use, mind you. You're like, I already have it. Yeah, you bought your accessories already. But the next one for As Light Goes to the Dark, oh, that's also accessories. When we get the rest of the 240 stuff, you'll be able to open it, which isn't until causes and costs, I guess. Yeah, causes and costs. The flames are spread and we must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found, suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where these fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size and areas affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alfnaud and Mr. Sistola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in the foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Me and PK Thunder and me will get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. Flirting already. I'll bet, the name's Hilda. A Scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all those illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately, that is all. Well, you see what happened was, well, we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passerbys. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know the things he or she should not. The infamous Lord Emilian de Forton, lover of women and wine, though neither cared for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, PK Thunder. He'll be at the Crozier, most like, making an effort to be seen, so let's go and see him. Grizzled, I will accept, but old? Ugh. It always astounds me when these people like advertise their free company, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're a new free company, small, blah 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 blah," but it's like they already have a big ass house. Brand new free company, large house. I guess free company houses are actually easier to get than regular houses though, than personal ones. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. It's because people would rather have a personal house that they can go just chill out in for, you know, crafting, you can sleep in your own house, all that kind of stuff, versus going to the free company ones and having to buy a damn apartment in there. Right. Right. Exactly. Well, if it isn't PK, my friends, you're looking rather glum. Something the matter, oh boy? The screaming's not gonna work for right now, because like I told you, I gotta modify all my my audio settings, so it's really not that loud on my end. So you're not gonna catch me. Sorry. Yeah, my end is not very loud right now, just because I gotta tweak all my settings to fix it. Beforehand, before I fixed it to where y'all could actually hear it on stream, it was super loud on my end. But then I adjusted everything to make it to where stream could actually hear it, and my audio somewhere in there tweaked, so now it's not very loud on my end. So I have to figure out how to minutely adjust it to where it's loud on my end too, so that like if y'all do the scream ones, then it'll actually be a thing. And yes, it doesn't mean that you won't catch him off guard. Yes, the arsonist, dreadful business that, and awfully curious, wouldn't you say? That doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been open to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Aymric's orders. From what I hear, remarkable man. Not even a knife to his ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplon while you conduct your inquiries. I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. Yeah, I bet. Wait a moment, I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old boy. I will have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well. If it will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts while questioning the refugees in the Hoplon. PK Thunder, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. Alright, so where do we gotta go now? Over yonder. Okay. We're gonna teleport as close as we can because we don't want to walk if we don't have to. This way. My audio is coming in distorted again. Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter for all in the basilica, or basilica, I don't know. Helen's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Aymric and the Javanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They will seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well? So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Well, you're still sitting there saying that everybody's lying about what happened with the Archbishop, so maybe it's your fucking fault. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere, and it was so hot, I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Bruh, it's the church. The church done fucking lit all these fires. Bet. Because they're so pissed off that we spilled the beans to everybody and blamed it all on the Archbishop and everything else. Which, I mean, it is his fault, so... But still, you know they're pissed off about what is that? Wind up Helios. Level 76 Paladin. Bunny girl. Not bad attire. What is that top? Let's see. Flame Lieutenant's coat. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? We will require more than the muddied testimony of traumatized girl if we were to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near St. Reynold's Cathedral and another near the tribunal. For a mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on the 2 occasions when their target was a bastion of Asgardian orthodoxy. Again, it's the church, my guy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphanal will doubtless have an opinion. Of course he will. He's Alphanal. Damn it, where is he? He's over here with the dead person. They're still here. There are 68 machinists. I'm always watching. That's their thing. And they caught someone. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Piggy Thunder, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it. You've gotten the wrong man. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are. After a fashion, you should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I left it behind, tried to, with all my heart, said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. She's gonna break his legs on the way. That was incredible, Tancred, but how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his likes before, a troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captain had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Tancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best we proceed. I'm telling you, it's the church. It's gotta be the church. After talking to that priest up there, bruh, it's the church. Gotta be. They always so pissy. You call them out for being stupid, and they want to be like, we're gonna act out now. We gotta keep our things going the way we want them going. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you have pretended is being interrogated as we speak, though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master. He will soon tell us what he knows, one way or the other. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artol, are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Aymeric in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. My lord Ertol did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alphinaud. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Oh, these are the accessories. I don't need them though, technically, so I'm just gonna... I have 255 accessories, so I shouldn't need the 240s. As goes light, so goes dark.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds
are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond.
And look at that. There's a priest right behind all of them.
They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
ridiculous. I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Aymeric would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphinaud, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
I'm sitting there like, bring it, mother trucker. Me and my menacingness will scare them off.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander. assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then,
Atwarel.
friends.
That's how you say
Time is
it.
against us.
Atwarel. Here we go. We gotta go to the vault, so we need to go to the pillars, I believe, and teleport. We can. Where are we going? This one, I guess. Ah, it's an instance. Of course it is. Listen well, we will enter the basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true brothers of the faith is unknown. I am told one claimed to have served under Thornton VII. Might the same be true for the rest? Given the swiftness at which they seize control of the vault, I think it highly likely yes. Which means they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Atoriel, you are, or Atriel, sorry. You are a brave man, brave and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Aymeric. My arm will not falter, my shield will not break. Alone as my witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. If you are under level 60, you will be, if you are above level 60, you will be synced. Well, I'm almost 66, so. It would seem our presence yet goes unnoticed. Come, we must secure the entrance. Remember, saving the hostages takes precedence over all else. Mind your attacks, subdue the enemy quickly, is what it said. No, sorry, the others were taken elsewhere by Sir Simonard. So this is indeed the work of the Archbishop's former servants. On your guard, they've sounded the alarm. I will hold the entrance and look after this one. Now go. Ping! They die so quickly, even with me being synced. For they know not what they've started. I shall bring hell down upon them. It is fine. Me and my menacingness, the Pumpkinhead. The Pumpkinhead regime shall begin.
Down with you!
They took the others somewhere. It all happened so quickly. There they are. Let none escape. You are but the friar of the vault. Sir Simeonard, or something. Lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy. I give you my word. Ah, the word of a heretic and kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the archbishop. Unlike you, Sir Amric, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive the Fury's judgment. So it is to be trial then. So it is to be a trial then. Lord Artorio Pique Thunder, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simeonard. We do not move quickly. Where do we have to go? This way somewhere. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just found one right here. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw one, and then here's the other, I guess. Oh, was that hostage not technically rescued? Nope, I got it untied. Yeah, so I go all the way back. Where's Peloton when you need it? We must run to Sir Emmerich. The final refugee is but free. priest took Mail upstairs when he saw you kill them. Have no fear, child. We will save your friend. Told you it was the priest. Oh, sorry, I was starting. No, your head was right there.
Where is he? Where is he?
Right. Priests and small children.
Come no closer!
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
Creepy dude. And he shoved her. Bro, is that just gonna show them splat? That's jacked. Dragon, not lizard. What?
But I...
Vidofne!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
The only thing I don't like about this wiki page is that there's ads all over it and you can barely read it half the time because of all the ads.
Unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Gracefelder?
and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for a lasting peace with the Javanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of horsifying you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
Bam, bam. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well, time scarcely does it justice, but one moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harbor doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Amrich's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Forton Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. A moment, PK Thunder. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? I'm not sure how to put this into words, but you sense it too, a subtle change. Unpredictable to most. I myself did not notice it at first, but upon closer examination I saw that his etheric flow had been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate Aether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have He would have been compelled to solely rely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then, I would be on my way. Cryo may have charmed Master Matoyo for now, but who can say how long that will last? Alistair, I need you to move, buddy. Just a smidge, okay? Oy. 2 photon mana. Welcome, Master Thash. I'll show you inside the manor. Yes. Yes. Alphanode. He explains to Tataru the events of what has happened.
To arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue. But there is something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house. Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zemail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count? You sound just like him. I suspect that is what Horschiffon would have said. To aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You were a brother to Horschiffon. Will you be a brother to me as well? Come, Manalaine. There's much to be done.
Manalaine.
For father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard. To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Forton, Heaven's word, as goes light, so goes darkness. Choose a thingamabobber. Healer accessories. No, I'll just take the 7 pieces. Urianger. This is proof. The Guran Oracles, Apocrypha. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of beginning and the path we have been set upon. Elidibus. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Is this Copper Bell? Looks like it. Papalimo. Ah, Papalimo. Well, everyone has their orders. The masks will attack soon. As all units are in position, the Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Rauger, it had better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have other responsibilities. I know full well of what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them, every one. Got 2 more quests before the dungeon. I'm gonna take a quick bio real fast, guys, and then we will do these 2 more quests to get to our dungeon finally. So BR to the bees. learned. Alright. Continuing on. Tataru, we must speak. As it once was. We have officially started patch 3.2. Alpha now, PK Thunder, I've been looking all over for you. We've received news regarding Flamen, Hooray Boulder, and Coltoner. Really? Has something happened? No, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite, in fact. It seems that once they learned the Scion's good name had been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa Lumensa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean. And you don't mind being spied on. Quite. But what wonderful news to think that our reunion is so close at hand. A pleasure to see you too, Alphanode. Ah, thank Kraid and Crow. What brings you two here? Crow and I have been looking into how we might track down Menphilia. And we may have just found the answer. PK Thunder, when you were fleeing Ul'dah with Menphilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Menphilia. Admittedly, this is still quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found, the battleground where PK Thunder felled the ultimate weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield him from the magic I invoked. Kral and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you alone? I have proven a knack for subterfuge, and I am confident there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Kral while the patrols pass. Besides, if you and PK Thunder come along, who will see Flamen's grand homecoming? When you put it like that, very well. I trust in your plan. I know not where that data will yield and means to find Menphilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Stones and make preparations for our comrade's return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Lumensan docks? Sure. It's going to be kind of weird for them to see me with a pumpkin head, but yeah. Then I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels. Trying to brush through this as quickly as we can so that we can get to the anti-tower, because I do have work soon-ish. Soon-ish. I don't know why I waved by accident. Soon-ish. So I'm just waving in the hopes that someone waves back, or maybe the opposite, that someone doesn't wave back. Right. Flamen. Oh, PK Thunder, how have you been? Come here, let me have a good look at you. I'm a pumpkin head. Think to 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I wondered about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the braves founded us no opportunity, and they fell upon us in the market. It was all we could do to escape. Tataru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hanish vessel. It pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we? Coltnet studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance, but those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. Oh yeah, I forgot Menphilia's her daughter. That's who Flamen is. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? How could I let this bitch? Forgive me. I am sure you're doing everything in your power to find her. As Dancred must be, he watched over her from the first, long before me, and we will watch over her, and he will watch over her till the last. I shall pray for her safe return and busy myself in the meantime. For a certainty there is much more to be done. The braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit to the Scions, and a long overdue reunion. Huzzah. I was like, this bitch blaming me for this shit? Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones. Castrum. Let's see.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you've favoured me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me, it is true, but not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ulgar. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every Science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick it.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydalin's intervention will lead us to her.
Where are we going? Oh, Timor Donut. Guess what? It's my free place. No need to spend gil to go there. Especially since we always go there. Alright. We are here. There is Flamen. feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors, friends and family with whom we have shared so much. The gods help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting. What kind of top is that? Hypostatic tunic of aiming. 650. That's look at that aiming tunic that's on stream. Right? It's not bad. All these quests in here. Just kidding. This hyperventilation. It's all like the extremes and stuff like that we haven't unlocked yet. Elian Ephemi. It fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy, and what of Higiri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. It just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. We could do with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a bloody tear to my eye. Dude's drunk off his ass. To secret oneself on a ship, hold secure safe passage to a faraway land. This is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there is no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you, my legs are rather less accommodating. Glad though I am to be home, I cannot but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. Ocher, what in the seven hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why, you, brother. You and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained, that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet know that now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me. You trained with the Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. Okay, the next quest is called The Word of the Mother, and it does unlock our next dungeon, the Anti-Tower. And as I said before, if you are afraid of porcelain dolls, look away. Okay? Okay. Yeah. You can watch the whole dungeon. Skip the final boss. Okay? It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they return, there are others missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alphonao. I know we will. Minfilia, Ida, Papilimo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. Oh, I gotta pick one. I'm gonna take the sesame cookie. No, I'm gonna take this one. The sesame cookie was for spell speed, so we're not gonna take the cookie. Right then. The word of the mother. Duncan and Crow contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castrum bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Ustola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to our guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. Shkum. My apologies, I am the last to arrive. So what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there was indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of the ultimate weapon's destruction. A ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bear a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believe Heidelin shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Silde aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Heidelin, there is no explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Istola used flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet unlike Istola and Tancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in the sea of ether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that when communing with Heidelin, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1, Heidelin interacted. 2, a third being was caught in Istola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3, Heidelin may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Heidelin guided Minfilia to the compass of my magic, that she might summon her body and soul unto the ethereal sea? In which case we must needs continue our search there, for a blessing the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Anti-Tower, a Charlian construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where the entrance lies, we need only ask the last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Anti-Tower. I had no idea. And of course it's clear we must petition her aid once again. Man, I'm gonna fly all the way back over to her again. She's just so far away. Soon. But soon we shall unlock the Anti-Tower. 'Tis only a matter of time. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit 66 out of the Anti-Tower. Depending on how close you are. I know I'm a little bit higher than you, but pretty sure we'll both hit it from this. Especially, well, no, if people are new, we'll just get more poetics on XP, so maybe not. Maybe not. I'm gonna do a reset though on the level 60 dungeon just because. Since we're about to do it. Cave entrance. Enter Matoya Cave? Yeah. I can't mount in here. Junkmonger, repair all my things. No, not weapons. I said repair. Repair all my stuff. Thanks, buddy. Ah, yes, Matoya. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Anti-Tower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. Who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? You still is like, who do you think? You old hag. The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our cause, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Anti-Tower was sealed save one. It's the door right there. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the form's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Montoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. You Baldessian girl, you're staying here with me. I need your help to restore the wards to their original state. The rest of you can go, on the condition that you clean up the mess in the tower. If you encounter any unruly familiars, you are to tend to them. Those are my terms. I will hear no argument. Well, it appears the mistress has spoken. Lead the way, PK Thunder. Boom. The anti-tower, now accessible. I was wondering too, like, where the entrance to the anti-tower was, because I was like, I don't remember. But it's kind of funny that's right there, so... Alright. Social. Demi, why are you barking? Alistair. Invite to the party, of course. Thou hast been invited, good sir. Shall we be on? To deal with them. Oh, damn, we didn't get it instantly. 'Tis but a shame. Most people only get in because of, what you call it? Right. 2 Camp Dragonhead, so I can go...
A few moments later.
Pretty much, a few moments later. Pretty much. Remember how my white mage couldn't turn in the level 35 lead quest? Well, he's 36 now, so I'm gonna go do that. I just have this green check mark on my thing, and it's like, leaves of observatorium. Report to this person. So I'm gonna go turn that shit in. I have a level 35 quest too for my white mage. Only you can prevent forest ire. This is where I learned regen, actually. Observatorium leaves unlocked. That's great. I'm gonna telly. Bye. Now I'm here to save the day. They're over yonder, aren't they? Yeah, they're right over here. Level 35 White Mage quest. This is where I learned regen, a very important skill. Quell the anger of the tree of Sorrel Haven. To the Bent Branch Meadows. But will I survive? Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm just a menace. Don't forget to eat, people. Pizza. High quality pizza. I've got you, Fred. Bye-bye. Well, bye. AoEs. We have a Wamage in here. It's so nice. And they put a regen on you. Look at that. Look at them go, doing their job and stuff. So nice. You don't have a regen anymore. This is some bullshit. They need to catch up. No facts. And you should have double regen. Excuse me? You should have double regen with that fucking Medica 2 by now? Come on. I hate these older level 60 dungeons too, because they don't always have big pulls. Sometimes it's just this. But 'tis what it is. First boss. Pyong. No? Okay. Now this set of pulls. Damn. Alright, that's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot there's no other pull. My bad. I was just talking about that. Oh, they're all they're all fucking stunned. How dare they be stunned? Oh, is that how it works? Some bullshit. Sorry. That's the way the news goes. I thought they were gonna spawn closer to like the exit, but they did not. Now to the first boss. That bard is like on top of his shit. And he's only level 60. White mage is level 90 though. Who dodged that? Do we need to touch those or dodge those? I can't remember. Dodge. Okay. Oh, fuck you. Middle of my damn rotation, guy. Forever. Ding dong, he's dead. Item level 190. That's old. Old snooze. Don't even need that. Mimics. Don't be a mimic, don't be a mimic, don't be a mimic, don't be a mimic, don't be a mimic. Anyway. fire things from down here. They're just taking a sweet ass time. There we go. Hoo-yah. You are dying, good sir. Oh, I need to dodge that. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Is that what it is? The white mage is blinding us. It's fine. Oh, more things. I thought we were done. We are still kind of speed racering this place, so it's not bad. Ziggy! What up, Zigster? Mind the gap. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta get behind the rock on the target. Oh, I was targeted. Yeah, that was my bad. I forgot. I didn't realize I was targeted. Yeah, no, that was my bad. I didn't realize I was being targeted. No, he died, and I was in the middle of my rotation. Ah, bitch. I was gonna say, are you pulling? Because they were. I didn't realize that he stunned them, so I thought we were just kind of sitting there. at least put a regen on you, damn. Oh, did he? I didn't realize we had I didn't realize that Afflatus was a thing this early. Dravanian robe of casting. Try on. Look at that robe on me. It's nice. But we're gonna pass. Because we're not a caster. Not right now, anyway. Oh man, there's more shit. Bro, you gotta stop holying so soon. You gotta wait till we actually get them all gathered up. Yeah, moment to look away. Here's the porcelain dolls. We're Calcabrina, adorable dolls, terrible dolls. Yip ho ho. So there's actually two minions out of this boss. You get one in the blue, one in the red. One of them is an extremely rare drop. Begin. Ooh, that... Okay, I found the spot. I was like, that's gonna kill me. And that's the end of the fight, guys. There it is. The real boss fight. Wouldn't that be some shit, though? Attacker from the front. Yep. Well, she did it right as I swung, so I did get hit with the first piece. Oh man, I got turned into a doll. This bitch. No! I wasn't paying attention, so I'm gonna just fight you now. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. I thought you were just gonna stand there and I was just gonna fucking take that shit to the face. I thought I was about to take a tank buster to the face. I was like, oh god. You could have, but the healer put a regen on me, so it was fine anyway. But yeah. Ain't nobody gonna be left for me to con. The healer was here. I calmed him. Do it one more time and I'll get exercise in the right. The scouting tunic was still here. Okay, bye healer. The empty tower has ended. Obviously straight into a cutscene.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
Hey, look, it's her.
We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia.
She stole Minfilia.
Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for the... We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think.
I'm just a menace.
Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out.
She just told us that the dark was bound in the moon.
Chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided.
13 pieces.
Of the source, each possessed of a shard.
The 13 worlds.
The Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining.
There's been 6 calamities? 7 calamities? I can't remember.
Seven times have
7.
they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown
7 out of
stronger.
13, so it's not bad.
7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
And just like that, she is gone.
You've had another vision, haven't you?
And now time to explain what happened.
Let us return to Master Matoya's cave. Everyone will wish to hear what you saw.
I'm surprised one of the minions didn't drop at least.
Still in one piece, are we? Well, did you learn anything?
Explanation. Explanation.
The word of the mother. I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
Sancred knows. It means she's gone. Minfilia is no more.
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone?
Correct.
But that cannot be. Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Matoya's like, bitch.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No. No, this is all wrong.
Such a whiny bitch. Granted, it is sad that Minfilia's gone, but he's still a whiny bitch. Moving on. She's not coming back, is she? I know that I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss? It doesn't. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Flamen. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned as well as Uranger. He must have insight on what the word told us. As for you, PK Thunder, after all you have done, I would say that you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Aymeric while you were away. It would seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort. Would you like to attend? He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you would pay him a visit. Alright, well, let's teleport to the Foundation, because that's where our next spot is. And we're going to call it good for today's stream. Perhaps back tomorrow or the next day. We shall see. I am here at Foundation, good sir. You are here somewhere. I can tell that you're on the map, apparently. I'm just by the crystal. Yeah, depending on schedules as far as for the good sir, I am off the next couple days. I have some errands to run tomorrow, but aside from that, I am free. So, yeah. There's a little person running up on me. Run! Anyway, my pumpkin head's almost as tall as you, with his little hat. Yeah, depending on all the scheduling and good things, we will end up being back tomorrow, potentially, or the next day, just depends. But yeah, thank you all for joining the stream, and we will see y'all in the next one. Toodles!